I remember, you watch the weather, and they'll say, all these cities that you've never heard of, and they're right here in the Metroplex. And I used to hear McKinney, and I was like, where the heck is McKinney? Is that in Oklahoma? And and sure enough, we moved up here in 90. No, I'm sorry, 2000. 2000 we moved up here. I have a son who's a senior at Boyd, gonna graduate this year. Very proud of him. His daughter, she's finishing her sophomore year at North. There was open enrollment, and she liked the smaller community. She just had an affinity for that school, and that's where she wanted to go. When I was in college, I was always into fitness, and I actually worked at a health club, several health clubs actually.
So fitness and health has always been part of your regimen, I take it.
Yeah.
How long have you been a runner?
Oh, let's see, when did the boys start chasing me on the playground? That's probably, I started running probably, well, in high school. I was a soccer player, and then in off season, we would either do cross country or track. In college, I didn't do so much of it, and then really when I started more of the distance running was right around 1999. I put a goal in front of myself. In the year 2000, I was going to run 1,000 miles. That was my goal. And so in 99, I kind of got my legs under me, no pun intended, and tried to get the consistency and tried to build up just enough physicality in order to be able to meet that challenge. And sure enough, in 2000, I ran, I think, 1,050 some odd miles or something like that. And I ran my first marathon when I turned 40. So that was in 2003. I ran down in Austin. It was at the time the Motorola Marathon. And that kind of got me started. And I ran, I think, 3 or 4 marathons over the next few years. In the last 2.5 years, I guess I've run another 5 or 6 marathons. Mostly here in Texas. I've run Austin, I think, 4 times. I've run the White Rock here in Dallas a couple times. Cowtown. I just ran in February for the first time. I've run Las Vegas, Little Rock, and Boston. Okay. So 10.
This was your first trip to Boston.
First trip to Boston was my 10th marathon. Yeah, it's Big Kahuna. It's the granddaddy of marathons, and it was one of those. I hate the term bucket list, but it was one of those things where I definitely wanted to check that off my list. Going into it, I wanted to take in the sights and sounds of Boston. I figured it would probably be one of the only times I run that race, because it was a great day. Partly sunny, the people, it looked like the city was really excited. We were meeting some great people. We have friends up in Boston. I thought, man, this is going to be a really cool experience. I was just anticipating a really great day, and it was. I finished the race 3:32 and change, and it was probably 50 minutes or so before the explosions. So for me, the end-to-end race was really great. Floored by the number of people along the course. I've never been in a race like that. 20 people on the sides of the course, 2 and 3 deep, yelling, screaming, giving you high fives as you run along. It was just phenomenal, a phenomenal experience, and it was just great. And then all hell breaks loose. So I had finished and was trying to contact Karen on my cell phone, and went up to the hotel. She said, "Yeah, we saw you finish. We were right there. The office party was right at the finish line." I said, "Oh, cool." And then we hung up, and she called me back, and she said they were out on a little patio having coffee downstairs, and she said, I thought it sounded like a backfire, maybe a cannon. They were celebrating something at the marathon. There was a big bang, and then somebody ran through the street saying there was an explosion. Then I come to find out later after talking to her that the party where they were watching was in a second floor office building, basically right above where the bomb went off. So when they saw me finish, they went downstairs to exit the building. They were right there where the bomb went off, less than an hour before it went off. You don't know what to feel at that point. You're seeing this unfold in front of your eyes. But when she told me that I don't know, it brought it to a whole new level for me. It was really a scary, kind of terrifying, too close for comfort type of feeling, I guess is the best way to put it. When we met up with the husband, our friend, later on, he had stayed in the office and the bomb went off. And like anybody, you react, you want to see what's going on. He stuck his head out the window, and when the dust settled, he looked down and he said it was the most gruesome thing he'd ever seen, and he will never be able to get that out of his head. And you can tell, I don't even know how to think about it anymore, how to explain it. It's one of those things, you think about terrorism and you think about the terrorist acts. Your mind, my mind, we don't have the psychology to even understand what these people are thinking about. So it's something that's completely foreign. I don't understand why someone would do that. I don't understand anything about it. So all you can do is just pray that it stops. I really have to run it again because these acts of terror, that's what they're all about. They're all about getting you to think a different way. They're all about getting you to change your normal course of action, or not do something that maybe you want to or usually do. And just, if for no other reason than principle and solidarity with Boston and that marathon. Yeah, absolutely I'm going to run that next year given the chance.
Great. If you think you have a story to tell, send me an email. But I have to tell you up front, it better be good.